Hey everybody, Legend BTV here, and we got a big one today. We're back to review the Emoji Movie, my second review ever on a movie, and we got a big one because this movie has been panned by critics everywhere, and I came to dissect if it was even half as bad or 10 times worse. Let's see how it goes. So before we begin, I want to give a shout out to my friend Anna that I went to go see the movie with the other night. She told me to put her Instagram in the bio, so I'll go ahead and shout her out. You guys can go ahead and follow her on Instagram. She's a really nice person. She's a great friend and everything else. But enough gushing. Let's get on with the video. So this movie revolves around specifically emojis, and there's a subplot about some kids that we'll get into a little later. But the main plot is Gene, the emoji, is a multi-expressional emoji, and apparently emojis can't be multi-expressional. You know that. You know, they just gotta have one expression. You know, you could be like, or you could be like hard eyes or glasses or whatever this is, but alright, anyways, he's a multi-expressional emoji, but his mom and dad, Mel and Mary Meh, need him to be a meh emoji. So we can't have him be just a multi-expressional emoji. We can't have him be different. We need to have him be all the same. So okay, so they set on this long journey inside a kid's cell phone that consists of them going through all of the apps and everything, and we get some kind of visual journey through the inside of a cell phone. So how did that all go out? Well, this movie got panned by critics pretty freaking hard. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's like one of the worst movies of the decade or of all time and everything else, and I'm just like, well, is it really that bad? I mean, okay, maybe I'm just being a bit biased because, you know, when you go to see movies with friends, it doesn't really matter how bad they are. You end up almost always having a fun time anyways. Still, even though I was taking the movie at face value, I was like, you know, I was trying to imagine it if, you know, she wasn't there and it was just me watching the movie from a critical standpoint. And really, I don't think really it was, you know, like that awful. I mean, the story held my attention, I guess. It's very forgettable, sure. The characters are kind of bland, but sometimes I can get some laughs out of it. There's actually some parts that I did laugh at. I mean, I laugh at almost everything, so yeah, a lot of the jokes I did find at least a little funny, like chuckle-worthy. So the conflict in this movie approaches when Gene accidentally makes the wrong face at the wrong time when he's about to get used, and then a bunch of robots come after him, which, by the way, are some of the most bland-looking freaking robots I've ever seen. Like, for real, they obviously spent way too much time decorating the emojis and stuff, and ended up throwing in some of the most generic looking enemies I've ever seen, for real. Like, it's just literally just like a couple of shapes mashed together that just, yeah, honestly, I didn't really care for that, the design of the enemies, because I'm like, wow, how generic can you get, for real? Like, I don't know if there was much of a budget for this movie, but honestly, those characters are really generic, and I'm just like, I'm really put off by that, because I was expecting like at least like a bit more creative design. But I mean, really, all you got's generic characters, because there's no original characters at all. You're basically, you know, using emojis as your characters. I mean, give names, sure, but still, I mean, like, you know, I can't really ask too much. This is really all just a, you know, a kids movie, just here today, gone tomorrow. But really, though, I feel like with the critical reception it's getting, I mean, I bet you this movie will actually be remembered for a long time. I mean, it's got to be at least in almost everybody's bottom 10 for the year. And I'm just like, I mean, yeah, it's a stupid movie, sure. It's very aimed towards kids and people, trendy kids who are on their phone a lot and everything, and I'm like, I totally get that, but really, honestly, I mean, the comedy isn't half bad. I mean, at least there's comedy here. I mean, you could say, like, other movies, like, that don't even try for comedy, but honestly, I appreciate the comedy here, and there's a cute amount of smartphone gags and emoji gags that go with the emojis and everything. Like, there's a point where they're talking to some emoticons and they're like, wow, didn't mean to knock over the elderly or something like that, some kind of like joke against the elderly, and I'm like, well, okay, that actually kind of got me a little bit because of how not used anymore emoticons are. I mean, those were big years ago, but now emojis have taken over, so. And of course, there's a number of poop jokes like you expect from any kids movie, so I guess I really don't mind those. Some of those are actually kind of funny. But really, that's just because I'm very easygoing when it comes to humor. As long as I find it humorous and not off-putting, I mean, I'll pretty much almost laugh. Like, at almost any joke. Like, I'm serious. I laugh at a lot of things. Not everything though. I mean, if it's harmful or offensive, then I probably won't laugh. But you know, if it's a good joke, then I definitely will laugh. And really, I'll admit, I laughed at probably a lot of points in this movie. And of course, that's probably because, you know, maybe it was just my bias because I was hanging out with her, but really, I feel like that the movie was very enjoyable, like, in terms of the comedy aspect. Other parts, though, we get this section, I'm probably going to go, like, this review's probably going to have me go all over the place in terms of the movie, so just bear with me, though. I'm going to try to cover as many points in the movie as I can. There's a section where we go into the Spotify section, and we hear a lot of songs, such as Feel This Moment by Pitbull and Christina Aguilera, Katie Tiz's song, Whistle While You Work It, Watch Me Whip by Silento, and I forget, if there's any more, let me know down in the comments below, but there's some more. And then there's this Candy Crush segment, which, I mean, was cute. I mean, it kind of sounded like a cash grab to those who loved Candy Crush. You'd throw in a quick nod to Candy Crush to get some extra bucks and some credibility on that movie, which, I mean, the segment was harmless enough, but it kind of just felt a little bit like filler to me, really a filler segment. And, and then, like, we get this part where Gene meets this girl. Yeah, he meets a girl who is supposed to jailbreak him and hack him, basically, and we get a couple of hacking jokes, and then we see this girl named Jailbreak who is supposed to hack Gene and make him turn into a meh emoji just like everybody else. Then towards the end of the movie, we get some sappy stuff about, like, who you are and everything. It's like, it's nice to be yourself, and who cares about being a meh emoji? But my god, though, for real, like, is that an overused cliche or what? Because, I mean, I've seen that in, like, many movies. I mean, like, this movie really doesn't bring much original to the table. I'll say that right now. I mean, the animation is surprisingly bland, because they really have a lot of colorful, like, they have a lot of colorful things they're going for, but it's like, for me, it's like, this movie didn't visually wow me. Like, they had a lot of moments that were supposed to be, like, colorful and everything, but I just feel like they weren't really that vibrant or vivid. Like, it just kind of looked like, okay, the colors were there, sure, but where's the pizzazz and the excitement and everything in the animation? It kind of looked kind of dull to me in most of the movie. I mean, a few moments stuck out, such as when they were, like, inside, traveling around the phone and everything. There were some decent moments with the animation where it kind of, like, spruce things up a bit, but unfortunately, though, the animation for the most part kind of looked bland to me. But really, though, all in all, this is kind of a fun kids movie, and at the end, I mean, you know, Alex finally gets the girl he likes. Basically, yeah, there's a subplot about this kid who has his phone go off, and there's a funny line about when the kid's playing Candy Crush, and you know, see the kid's trying to talk to the girl, but his Candy Crush game is on, and he goes like, he's like, so are you? And then the thing goes off and it's like, tasty, delicious, daddy. No, but yeah. Anyways, so that's a funny line. Another thing I was going to point out. Anyways, he ends up getting the girl later on because of an emoji that she thinks is cool and cute. So they get together over a stinking emoji. Okay, so at least it was a happy ending, but still, like, the subject matter was completely stupid. Overall, the plot was dumb, the animation was pale, but some of the comedy worked for me anyways. I really thought most of the jokes were actually funny. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but honestly, there's quite a bit, you know, to like in terms of the comedy. I mean, especially for kids. I mean, yeah, I'm only 15. I'm not like a 40-year-old movie critic or anything, but I don't know why. I just have a soft spot for stupid humor and comical cliches, so overall, I'm thinking this movie is getting a very light 5 out of 10 for me, and you know, if you want to see it, go ahead, check it out. I'm not going to, like, really recommend it because it's not, like, the best. It's nowhere near the best movie you'll see this year, probably, but hey, maybe you'll love it more than me, even. But overall, it's like, you know, it's not a good movie, but it's just a guilty pleasure you can laugh at with your friends, so check it out. Anyways, guys, I am Legend BTV. I know this review is going to be a little bit controversial, but bear with me, though. Thank you all for watching my review of the Emoji Movie. I am Legend BTV. Please subscribe to me. Like, comment, share your rating, and everything else. Yeah. So, thank you all for watching my channel, guys. More content is coming soon. Thank you.